Time for a look at obituaries, brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361. Your Dignity Memorial Funeral Home for burials and cremations is Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Funeral service for Mr. John Wayne Ragland, age 71, will be Thursday at 11 a.m. from Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, with the Reverend Ricky Shearer officiating. Burial in the Green Hill Cemetery. Visitation will be tonight, 5 till 8 at the funeral home. Mr. Ragland was a principal at Childersburg Middle School for many years before retiring as the special education coordinator for the Talladega County school system. The family will accept flowers or donations can be made to the ARC. Online condolences at CurtisandSonFunerals.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, directing. Funeral service for James Ray Hudson, age 88, of Childersburg, will be Thursday at 5 p.m. from Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, with Brother Clarence Denny officiating. Visitation on Thursday from 3 until 5 at the funeral home, with burial to follow in the Evergreen Cemetery. Mr. Hudson passed away August the 15th at his residence. He proudly served his country during World War II in the United States Navy, and he was a graduate from the University of Alabama and an avid supporter of the Crimson Tide. The family will accept flowers or contributions that can be made to the Cornerstone Church of Christ. Online condolences at CurtisandSonFunerals.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, directing. Mr. Samuel Kite, age 72, of Sylacauga, died at his residence on August 16th. Radley Smith Funeral Home announcing. Funeral service for Mrs. Ellen Faye Hatchett, age 83, of Childersburg. That service will be this morning at 11 a.m. from First United Methodist Church in Childersburg. The family wishes that donations be made to the First United Methodist Church of Childersburg. Online condolences at CurtisandSonFunerals.com. Mrs. Hatchett died at her residence at the age of 83 on Saturday night. Funeral service this morning at 11 a.m. from First United Methodist Church of Childersburg. And the Reverend Amy Vaughn will officiate that service. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, directing. Funeral service for Carrie Austin Pitts of Sylacauga will be Thursday at 1 o'clock from the Chapel of Radley Smith Funeral Home. Chaplain Mark Ledbetter officiating. Burial in the Fayetteville Memorial Cemetery. Mr. Pitts died at his residence on August the 14th at the age of 61. Visitation tonight, 6 until 8 o'clock at the funeral home. The family will receive flowers or donations can be made to the Boys Club of Sylacauga. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at radleysmith.com. Radley Smith Funeral Home directing. Funeral service for Mr. James Richard Ricky Scott, age 63, of Alexander City, will be today at 10 a.m. from the arbor of First United Methodist Church. Dr. Todd Henderson and the Reverend John Versilio will officiate. Burial in the Hillview Memorial Park. Mr. Scott died Sunday, August 14th at his residence. He was a member of Legacy Builders, Habitat for Humanity, and Emmaus Walk, number 171. In lieu of flowers, the family requests that memorial contributions be made to the Central Alabama Emmaus community, P.O. Box 24, 1571, Montgomery, Alabama, 36124. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home directing. Graveside service for Mrs. Madeline Maddie Bell Draper, age 81, is today at 1 p.m. from Pine Hill Memorial Park in Talladega. And the body will lie in state 1 hour prior to the service. Community Funeral Home in Sylacauga will direct that service. Funeral service for Henry Edward Williams, age 77. That service was yesterday. Memorial service for Mrs. Edna O'Neill, age 72, will be today at 11 a.m. from Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church in Sylacauga. Mrs. O'Neill died August 14th at Coosa Valley Medical Center. Many of you might remember Miss Edna. She was a fixture here in Sylacauga and I would see her at Piggly Wiggly, and I would see her here near the TV station. She would be out near Wright and Sprayberry Insurance, and just a precious lady. That's Miss Edna, Mrs. Edna O'Neill. She will be laid to rest today at 11 a.m. from Mount Zion Baptist Church in Sylacauga Community Funeral Home directing. And funeral service for Mr. Hiram Edward Reed, age 90, of Alexander City, will be Thursday, August 18th at 2 p.m. from the chapel at Radley Funeral Home. Dr. Albert Pike officiating. Burial in the Alexander City Cemetery with veterans honors provided by the Alexander City Veterans Honor Guard. The family will receive friends tonight, 5 until 8 o'clock at the funeral home. Mr. Reed died Monday, August 15th at his residence. He owned Reed Upholstery for some 50 years. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home in Alexander City in charge of all the arrangements. This obituary report brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361. It is your Dignity Memorial Funeral Home for burials and cremations. That's Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.